Good day, viewers. You are on to People's Voice Media, the current and first segment. I'm Ego Chukwemeka by name, and today we are going to be looking at the state of politics in Nigeria, highlighting on the present abuses in political campaign. We have so many abuses going on in political campaign, and today we're going to be discussing about that. And here with me in the studio on my far left is Reverend Bia. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you so much.
And by my side here is my normal friend. He's looking very young now. Bishop Dr. Okocha.
My normal friend.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
You know, like I told
Thanks
you, I
for
want to
having
be
me.
like you.
I hope I'm not abnormal.
My pleasure.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
So, like I said today, we are going to be looking at the various abuses going on in political campaign. Presently in Nigeria, we have a lot of propaganda, we have a lot of hate speeches and character assassination, trending all over. Like what we found this ex-governor of Borno State, Ali Mahmoud Sheriff, what he talked about Mr. Obi trying to divide Nigeria and all those statements he made. I really do not think that such things should be going on. Nigerians are looking up to electing reasonable leaders that are ready to solve the problems, contemporary problems in Nigeria, not leaders that will assume office based on the propaganda and hate speeches they have been able to carry out. What do you say about this, sir?
Okay, thank you so much for having me. Honestly, this is what I have been agitating for, speaking against. There are certain people you see in the political circle in Nigeria that have no business there at all. You know what Senator Ali Moju did on channels. I mean, it's just, and there are other people that do that, but his case is the case we have right now. It's just to show us that there is when people like political ideology, all right, they will resort to name calling. They don't discuss issues because they have no issues to discuss.
Yeah.
All they want is to get power, grab power, and run with it. That's all they want. That's all they have to give. So when you give them a space to express what they intend doing, to use that space, they'll use it for name calling because they are empty.
Okay.
Do you understand? So this is why we are clamoring for a flush out of these kind of politicians that are porous when it has to do with issues affecting Nigerians.
Actually, he accused Obi of selling the northern out of Anambra State when he was the governor of Anambra. Did that actually happen?
But I think I have seen Peter Obi react to that and ask people to come up with evidences. Are you getting it?
Okay.
I saw Peter Obi react to that and no such thing. And how could Ali Sheriff would come up and say Obi is behind the IPOB? I mean, you are setting the country on fire.
Exactly.
You are setting the country on fire. If they don't use religion, they use tribe. And it's time we advance beyond. Anyway, I don't blame him because we have this group of people that he has conditioned their mind. And they are the people he's talking to. But unfortunately for him, most Northerners have outgrown that. Most Northerners have come to a place of understanding and reasonability because this time that sentiment will not, it will fail him.
Will not try.
It will not.
It will not succeed. Reverend Bia, you are from the north, that's the central north, I believe. Do we think this is what the northern people are expecting in leadership, for us to have parade people who are not competent, or their competency is based on character assassination and abuses that does not hold any water? What do you think?
Thank you so very much. First of all, I am from the middle belt.
Okay.
Not central.
Okay, thank you.
We don't do North Central. North is dead. Arewa is gone.
Arewa is what?
Arewa is gone.
Okay.
Arewa North. So I'm from the
Middle belt.
Middle belt. Yeah. You first of all ask yourself, who is Ali Modu Sharif? Ali Modu Sharif, before he will cast a stone, he should think, where is he casting that stone? Why do I say so? We all know that Ali Modu Sharif, in bid to grab power, he set up an Islamic organization that fought his opponent. And when he became governor, this organization metamorphosed into what we have Boko Haram today.
Can you prove that, Reverend?
You can't deny it.
He was one that actually formed
It was not Boko Haram per se.
Okay.
It was an organization, Islamic organization, meant to fight, his way to power, which he succeeded. Now the organization became too big for him to control. He couldn't control them. That's when they now became what they call Boko Haram today.
Oh.
Yes, that's what they become. I mean, that is, the organization becomes Boko Haram today. Now, if anybody has something to say, against Peter Obi, I'm not going to bring for Obi. I'm not trying to say things because I want to favor Obi. But let's say things the way they are. It's like, pot calling kettle black. Even though Peter Obi is not black per se. For you to say that Peter Obi drove Muslims out of Anambra during his time as Anambra State Governor. And also he said, what did he say again, that he works with the IPOB.
IPOB.
Yeah, trying to divide Nigeria, yeah. And so on and so forth. I think if anybody, should be accused of something that actually destabilized Nigeria today, it's him. It might not be Boko Haram at the time he started that organization, but that is what metaphors into Boko Haram today. Somebody like him should be languishing in jail and not having the opportunity to say what he's saying right now, accusing somebody. Now, my colleague made mention of something. He said, issues should be based on, how did he put it up?
Yeah.
It should be, let's have issue-based political campaign,
Yeah.
not going about assassinating people's
on the
character.
interest of the people.
Yes.
But but before you continue, I want to find out why that's so much cloud about Mr. P2B. Is it because they are afraid of P2B, or there's something about P2B that they are not telling us?
When you have a mango tree and there are fruits on the mango tree, there are ripe ones and there are the ones that are not ripe. Only the ripe ones do have thrown out because they want to pluck the ripe one. Peter Obi, they are afraid of him. And so the only thing they feel they can do is to assassinate his character. This man is clean. This is a man that you cannot hold anything against him. And so they want to use everything. And it's unfortunate, like what Bishop said, that he has people that, what he say appeal to their mind, which is true. In other words, we have some gullible Nigerians who take anything and they work with it. And that was what Tinubu and Co. Did during Goodluck Jonathan time. We all remember himself, Tony Bakare.
The mantra they sold about save Nigeria.
Save Nigeria, we all know it. Bakare, a number of them. They said a lot of evil, lies against it, propaganda here and there against the government of Goodluck Jonathan, and so many people believed them. They believed them, and that was what brought Buhari to power. Maybe that was what brought him to power, and he still continued. Even when he was contesting for election, Tinubu himself, though people's eyes were open, people believed in Obi, but then there were people who still believe in him, going about telling lies. And people believe it. And then we find ourselves where we are today. And somebody somewhere, still want to make use of that method in order to appeal to the mind of people. You know, I think, you see, whatever we do, we should have the people in mind.
People's interest.
People's interest in mind. Because, you know, when you lie to them, I mean, when you say things that are not true, you are deceiving them.
Like to come into power.
To power because of personal interest. And when you do that, you are not coming to help the country. You know, you are not coming to help the country. You are coming to create problem. Because your coming to power is based on lies, and everything will not be all right. And that's what will happen today. You know, that's the problem we're having today. Okay, you know, now, I tell people that, you know, Tinubu was desperate for power. He came, he used all manner of tricks, propaganda, he used that, he used money and whatnot, you know, to come to power. Now he has the power. Rule and let's see.
So right now, if I may ask Bishop James, what do you think Nigerians should look up to in the present campaign? Because we have always had this campaign that is based on lies, propaganda, hate speeches, and character assassination. Nigerians should be able to wake up and come to the fact that all these things will not give us the right, you know, leadership that we deserve. So what do you think Nigerians should do, and what should we be expecting?
Okay, it is just very simple. It is very simple. We want to see candidates that will promote manifestos that are rooted in policies that are people-oriented. That's what we want to see. We want to see people that will come and tell us how they will handle insecurity. And then we hold them accountable. Nigeria has matured. But our democracy is no longer a baby democracy. We've come to a point where we can be reasonable. Are you getting it? So we need people. In fact, Nigerians are also part of the problem, because these guys, when they throw this trash out, you will be surprised to see people that will buy them.
Okay.
And you have your Android phone for you to fast check. So this is no longer like before that anybody can just say anything.
Okay.
Now you can know what the truth is, and then go for the truth. So this time around in 2027, I see it as a context between light and darkness.
Okay.
As a context between Nigeria and the elites, political elites.
Okay.
I see it as a struggle whereby the people want to take back their country. So we want to know what you want to do, how you want to do it, and you will be held accountable.
Not based on lies.
Not based on lies. And Nigerians, I mean, I don't know how else to let them know. All these people coming to tell lies now, they had yesterday. We know them. There are dissidents that can tell you, this one is a liar. This one is speaking the truth. How can a man come on national TV and say, if you fast check me, telling the government, and you see anything that has been, you know, that is not straight about me, bring it up, and I will cease campaigning. I will not run it anymore.
And they've not been able to.
They have not been. So what is Nigerians waiting for? To look at that kind of purity? Don't we want to, you know, be a straight nation? Do we want to remain in impunity and corruption? So this is not tribal based. This is not circle based. It's not a personality cult thing. If somebody from the north, far north, Castina, comes out right now, I am not doing, what do you mean by power rotation? I don't give a damn about that. You know why people clamor for power rotation? Is because people in power try to make it a regional power, a tribal power. So because I'm the president from the north, everybody that is taking, you know, juicy position has to be from the north. So if I'm doing the right thing, nobody agitates for all those things.
Bishop, let me take words from you from that place. Saying what, speaking on one regional power, you know, tussle, the rotational government as if we're in Nigeria now, don't you think that shows us actually that what we are right for in Nigeria is regional government and not what we are practicing the federal government. Don't you think if Nigeria should go back and become more of a regional led government than federal led government, some of these problems we are having will cease?
You see, doctor, the thing is that we keep merry-go-rounding. Nigeria keeps turning around. If you go and read the document of the Aburi Accord, Odeme Ojukwu was pushing for what they call confederalism, which is regionalism. And so look at how many years people that have died, properties that have been wasted. After how many years, we are still trying to go back to that same thing. And you know why we keep clamoring for this thing? Because there is no genuine patriotism. There is no nationhood.
How can that be? Actually, how can that be when there are tribal sentiments?
See now, because we don't want to.
No,
we don't want to. Intentionally, we don't want to outgrow that.
Okay.
Are you getting it? We don't want to outgrow those sentiments. Did you know that under Yar'Adua we had less of such pushes?
Okay.
Because that government was all-encompassing, so to say. See, this thing came alive when Buhari came on board, because he himself settled into only the people around him and started empowering the North. And these administrations came alive again. But if you will be liberal and then respect what Nigeria has been running on, which has to do with inclusion of every region, it will not be like this. But because of our narrow-minded politically, region government is the only way out right now.
Now, how do we educate Nigerians on what we are talking about now? Because I remember there was this instance in a place in Oba, you understand, in Lagos State, where a young man who happens to be from the north, either from Katsina or Kano State, took a knife and wanted to stab a man, and all he was saying, he asked the man not to park his car there. And he said, the reason you don't have to park your car there is because I am in charge here. And I will tell you that we are the ones in leadership now, that my brother is on the throne. There was this, braggadocio, there was this impunity in him when he was speaking. So you find out the same thing, the same thread is prevailing in the society where there is tribal sentiment, there is religious sentiment. How can we educate Nigerians to grow beyond this very level? I'm talking to you.
Okay, give it to me. I will still get back. It's a constitutional issue. Constitutional issue. It seems like we are running the penal code. We are running the criminal code. It seems the criminal code is applicable to South, penal code applicable to North. Do you understand me? So the thing is that the Nigerian Constitution should see everyone as an entity under the law. Just like what advanced countries do. It doesn't matter who. If I am the president and a man from my region commits crime, I shouldn't, push for that he's pardoned because he's from my region. Are you getting it? Now think about the time that Muhammad Buhari came on power, all right, as a military leader. Shehu Shagari was the president, all right. Alex Ekweme was the vice president. Now, there was a crime committed by the government that is led by Shehu Shagari, and you put Ekweme, the vice president, in prison, and you left Shehu Shagari, who is the arrowhead. Now, this is the problem of Nigeria.
The same thing is being repeated with Sunday Igboho and Nnamdi Kanu. They committed the same crime.
Exactly.
And, we find out Sunday is a free man.
Exactly. Not just a free man with chieftaincy title.
So, Reverend, what do you have to say about it? Because part of this is also a religious base. What do we do to educate Nigeria so that we can grow above some of these sentiments, like Bishop has said?
Well, I think I would like to take it from the top. When you talk about educating Nigerians, I think we have to start with the leaders, because the leaders are the ones that start everything. What you're talking about is about a federal capital, and Buhari started it. I want to correct my colleague here. He did not empower the North, he empowered the Fulanis.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. A section in the north.
The section
That is
in
his
the north.
own people.
A few
You-
people.
You know, somebody said they've never seen a bigot like Buhari before. Is that
Buhari
correct?
before. It's true. It's true. He was a big bigot, nepotic, not just bigot. He was nepotic. Because what he did was nepotism. We have about 4 million Fulanis in Nigeria. But about 4 million Fulanis in Nigeria, his government was made up of almost everybody Fulani.
80%.
80% of everybody there, I mean, the heads of services, ministers, were Fulani people.
And the North is now accusing Tinubu
Of doing the
that
same
he's
thing.
going towing the the path of his predecessor.
Definitely, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. You know, without apology, APC is worse. PDP was not like this. I live to respect.
I hope you are not a PDP.
I don't belong to any party.
Okay.
But let's say
Okay.
things the way they are.
Okay.
You don't need anybody to tell you. PDP is far better than APC. I live to respect. I tell people that Obasanjo is the most patriotic leader that I know. This man came to power. He didn't care about where you come from. What he wants is quality. Somebody who can deliver. Look at the people he brought out.
And those are the time we have people like Okonjo Iweala.
That's what I want to say.
The
Okonjo
Greek
Iweala.
Minister, what was his name?
Okonjo Iweala is here.
Adesina.
Adesina.
And we have
He brought out
good Lord Jonathan.
Ekwesili.
Ekwesili.
Madam due process.
Due process. He
But,
brought
but
her.
people saw it then as he was like a man favoring the southeast. That was how he was seen then. What do you think?
If they want to see it like that, maybe they should tell me if he's an Igbo man. Is Obasanjo an Igbo man?
Well, I don't know.
If Obasanjo, for the first time in the history of Nigeria, a minority tribe became vice president in Goodluck Jonathan,
Exactly.
that's a leader we're talking about. Yar'Adua came. Yar'Adua told the same path. What did he do? First time in the history of Nigeria, he reduced the price of fuel from a particular price to lower than what it used to be. Goodluck Jonathan came. He told the same path. Yes, there might be corruption under him because the man was
So a liberal man.
a liberal person. He was too gentle. You know, if somebody would say a school teacher. You know, they are not aggressive like that. You know, we see that. But when APC came to power, they turned things around. What we never saw before, we saw it. Buhari empowered the Fulani. They were killing people with abandoned recklessness. The man never cared. They empowered them. As a matter of fact, we learned he was their grand patron. Tinubu came. He promised us that he's going to toe the path of Buhari. And actually he's doing the same thing. And it's worse, even today.
But,
You know, so when you're talking about how do we educate Nigerians, I don't know whether the leaders are, taking advantage of our
Gullibility.
our gullibility or our ignorance. I don't know what to call it. But I think that Nigerians are wiser now. If Nigerians will tell you today that let politicians come and bribe me, I will collect the money, chop, and I will
Which they
vote for the
actually
person.
did. They have done
Yes,
it
so
several
Nigerians are wiser now. They are getting wiser, and I think maybe, but there's an extent of our gullibility, that we have not. I mean, there's a part of our gullibility that we have not overcome, and which is nepotism. There are people who will tell you, why would I not vote for my brother? It's not about brother. It's about what this person can deliver.
Competence.
Competence. Somebody from my place was telling me, I like what Tinubu is doing. That I said, what is he doing that you like? He said that he gave appointment to people from the middle belt. I said, is that why you appreciate what he's doing? Is that why you appreciate the government?
Because your people are
Because the
favored.
people, I said, listen to me. I said, let him appoint my brother, the same father, the same mother. If what he's doing does not favor the generality of the populace of this country, it doesn't make sense to me. So I don't care about where the person comes from. And I think we should have that mentality, even in Nigeria.
You are talking about true patriotism and
Patriotism.
Yeah.
And let us practice true federalism. It's in the constitution, sir. It's constitutional. It's not something that is not constitutional. And so as far as I'm concerned, Buhari, work against the constitution. And Tinubu is doing the same thing today, or he has done the same thing today.
so now, Bishop, what do you, like he has said, we are looking at it in two ways. When you talked about Olusegun, former President Olusegun Obasanjo, what he did to the minority, some people thought he was trying to pay for what he did to Udi. That was a school of thought. Some people, said that. However, you understand, I believe that we need true nationalists, patriotic Nigerians who are actually there as leaders, not for what they feel, but for the interest of the people. How do we get those leaders on board?
Well, Doctor, when you look at the Nigerian society, there are two classes of people, and are thinking differently. There are people that are thinking nationhood. Those people thinking nationhood, they're thinking, Nigerianness. And then they're thinking leadership. They're thinking patriotism. But there is this smaller circle of people that are thinking indigenization. All right? Whereas the other people are thinking citizenship. These particular people are thinking. Okay, so I was telling you, Doctor, that there are two sets of people in Nigeria.
Yes.
Some are thinking citizenship. Some are thinking indigenship. And then those people thinking citizenship, they are patriotic. And they are more in number. But there is no strong system to support their ideology. But the few thinking indigenship.
Those are the true nationalists.
Yes.
Those who are thinking tribal, with
Yes.
tribal sentiments.
The few thinking tribal sentiment, indigenship.
Yeah.
They are building strong personalities
Yeah.
to break down institutions.
Yeah.
All right. So when they do something, no institution to support, accountability. Let me tell you why this thing continues. You see, there was something that Reverend said, when a governor will have just sit down, all right. When people get happy because my person is appointed, when a minister will sit down and bring 5 million naira and start sharing to people. A governor will bring out 1 million and share to people. All right? You will be happy that your brother becomes a governor. But is that how it should be? No. It's because there is no system that holds them accountable. If there's a system that holds them accountable, Madam Tinubu sharing 2 billion here, this one here, should not say this is where the money is coming from. Governor sharing 10 billion here, 100 billion here, should say this is where the money is coming from. But because there is no accountability, that's why people get happy that his brother is appointed, because he will start building houses all over the place. But if we build a strong system and push so strongly, and I'm holding the National Assembly responsible for this, let them build a strong system that should hold leaders accountable, and then leadership becomes an act of service.
Someone was saying to a group of people that the problem of Nigeria should be seen beyond President Tinubu, because that's often what people have always seen. We have a National Assembly that seem not to be doing their work.
Good.
That seem not to be doing their work. Reason being of the fact, now you talked about the issue of the constitution having dual representation. You have the penal code, you have the criminal code, and all those stuff in the same Nigeria, in the same constitution that has to favor everybody and see everyone as equal. So you find out that the National Assembly has so much to do than they are doing. So I believe the National Assembly again are in place to put check and balances on the executive. And these are some of the functions which they seem not to be doing now. What do you think? Because Nigerians should talk about this.
Thank you so much. You see, when you talk about strong system, I don't want to agree with you that we don't have strong system. We have all the institutions, but they are weak.
So you agree with me?
The weakness is based on the people, the competence, the people
Yeah.
that are.
You agree with me?
You just mentioned the National Assembly.
Yeah.
The institution is there. They are meant to do check and balances, but they are not doing it. The institutions are weak. And what again? I had this in mind. Because the institutions are weak, they cannot be able to do anything. And why are they weak? There are a couple of reasons. One, I am from tribe A. I make sure my tribe man is the head of the military. My tribe man is the head of the judiciary. My tribe man is the head of INEC. My tribe man is the head of EFCC. My tribe man is the head of, you name it, the police. They have a compromise. What they are supposed to do, they will not do it. Because you easily buy them.
Because they are favored based on tribe,
Based on
not based on competence. Okay.
No patriotism, not competence
No,
here.
yeah, patriotism.
Patriotism.
No.
Now, look at it. Look at it. Do you know that the military, as a military man, your loyalty is to the nation and not to the president.
Not to the president. Yeah.
But the case is not like that in Nigeria. Their loyalty is to the president. It's what the president said. But we are looking for.
Well, he's the commander-in-chief.
He's the commander-in-chief.
Obey the last order.
The order does not. He's not the last order. The constitution is the last order.
Okay.
They are meant to defend the constitution.
Okay.
Yes.
Irrespective of who is there.
Irrespective of who you are, a true military man should be able to stand and tell the president that this is what the constitution says and I cannot go against the constitution. Because he's there for the people, to defend the people. He is not a personal aide of the president. So when we have the constitution, we have the institution. And it's not as if we don't have the laws. That's what I was trying to remember. We have the laws. It is written in the constitution. I can't remember where and where. It is written in the constitution that we should observe.
You are not a lawyer.
I'm not a lawyer. That we should observe federal character. Buhari is not observing it. They don't observe it. Tinubu is not observing it. The institution is there. The constitution is there. All the laws are there. The 10 commandments are there. But we choose to do things our own way. We find a way. You imagine, in the National Assembly, they say those who are for, how do they put it?
The eyes.
If you are for I,
say that's democracy.
If you are for nay, say nay. And maybe
I wins it.
maybe 10 people say nay and 2 people say I. Immediately he will say the ayes have it. It has happened.
Mm-hmm.
We're all aware of that. It has happened. People call this the current National Assembly that we have as a rubber stamp National Assembly because the institution is weak. So what we should be talking about is how do we work on our people? There should be an orientation. From top to the bottom, there should be an orientation. And to add to a question you asked, how do we get good leaders? Sir, do you want to have good leaders in this country? The remuneration we give our politicians should be drastically cut.
That's what will be standing for.
Yes.
To make it very,
not
less
lucrative.
juicy.
Yes.
So that the people who are ready to serve,
They should go there because they want to serve, not because of what they want to get.
Juicy part of it.
Secondly, do you know how much it is to register your intention to be a president?
100 million.
100 million. I believe me that is sitting here. I will be able to rule this country fantastically well. Me, I know.
Well, you don't have 100 million.
I don't have 100 million. Apart from the 100 million, I think there's a requirement that you should have a particular amount of money for your campaign, some billions. You should be able to have all that. I think we should stop all this registration. If possible, they should make it free. You want to rule, you want to lead, you know you have what it takes, come out, go and register. And all these allowances, the sitting allowance, chair allowance, and all of that, you know, all these things should be removed. And our National Assembly, the Assembly, it should be part-time. When there is a matter to discuss, law to pass, then they should come. What are they doing there? They don't sit down there be sleeping, and then they pay them allowances every day. Just about 100 and something people. Do you know how much? I was told that they get, correct me if I'm wrong, they get, is it 1/3 of our yearly budget? Am I correct? Maybe we should check it. About that, just 100 and something people out of 200 and something million of us. And you want to have sane people to lead? And
Well,
that is why they do ritual, they commit murder, they kill, they do everything to get there.
Well, because we almost by time, we in few words, I want you to give us what you
Your
think,
parting words.
your parting words, and what do you think, concerning these abuses, character assassinations, and propaganda going on. Nigerians should be able to look beyond that. And what do you think Nigerians should do, in respect of choosing the right leadership?
First of all, to do the right thing, I will advise that let there be orientation,
Okay.
starting from primary school, in fact from nursery, orientation to the top. Let there be massive orientation. It should be a continuous thing, because if you don't have the right mind, you will have the wrong people in leadership.
Okay.
Information is power.
Okay. There should be a total dissemination of information, enlightening people on those who are to be their leaders.
Let it be part of school curriculum, It should be something we study. If you're a worker, the federal office, state office, wherever, let there be a day for orientation. Everybody should sit down
On leadership, right?
on leadership.
Okay.
And not just
Governance.
leadership, but also on patriotism.
Okay.
Because when you're patriotic, that's when you may become a good leader.
Okay.
If you teach somebody on leadership and it's not patriotic, what is he going to lead?
Dr. Kocha, what do you have to say in few words?
Well, I think we Nigerians, maybe we're getting ready, but we're not yet ready.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
When we are ready, there are certain things that happen every day that should not happen. I've spent almost all my life in Lagos State. I gave birth to my children in Lagos State. In population census, they are counted in Lagos State. But when they want to get a job or get something, sometimes they will ask them state of origin. So all these little things, they speak volume. These are the way to maintain.
Okay, by population, your census, you are a Lagosian.
Yes, everything.
So
I
when
work
you
here.
now to get a job, they ask you
State of origin.
to determine how they give you the job.
Now they have denied the input you are making where you live.
Okay.
Now they are taking you back to your state now. They're going to say, okay, he's from Enugu State, so we can't give him job in Lagos State.
Okay.
Whereas he has done, donated more in Lagos than even some people that spent 70 years here.
You might be more Lagosian than those who think that.
In the north, in the south, everywhere. So for me, I think we should start this, citizenship campaign from wiping out state of origin, trying to profile my personality and that to know how you treat me. We should start from there and some other things. And we have to be liberal. Are you getting it? When it comes to voting like this, please, Nigerians, you know the truth. We know the truth. We know the truth. Some people, I was saying something that time caught up with me. there are some people that when they get into government, they make some money just within that small circle.
Yeah.
But there are some people, when they get into government, what they will do will benefit every person. Let's look for such people
Okay. Yeah.
that will improve the average life of the individuals in Nigeria than improving the financial capacity of a particular family.
Yes.
Let's look for these men that are liberal, men that are competent, men that are truthful, men that have no dent. Because if you take a man that has issues with EFCC or whatever and make him president, okay, you can manipulate him because there are issues around him.
Thank you so much, Bishop Okocha. We want to draw the curtain from this place. Nigerians and my viewers, you have heard all that have been said. Let's look beyond the present character assassination, propaganda, and hate speeches. Let's look for competent leaders that are people-oriented, leaders that are patriotic, that are looking for the interest of the nation, not just a particular section of the nation. Thank you so much, and God bless you.